up next on the spot. Mob life gets a little scarier as we delve into the darkness. Also, we're playing Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2, NCAA Football 08, Prince of Persia Classic, Nervous Breakdown, and Actraiser. Plus, we take a peek at Transformers the Game, Haze, and a little something called E3 2007. We're live and on the spot. Hello, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot, GameSpot's live show we do every Thursday afternoon. We play a whole bunch of games you haven't seen before and have a good time. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. Jeff Gerstmann, who's that fresh-faced young man in the intro right there? Who was that?
Some punk kid, I don't know.
Someone? I don't know. He looked like he was 12.
Yeah, probably about that.
Yeah, we keep talking. He's going to come run out and probably jack us one.
Hey, bring it, man. Let's do this.
E3 2007, it's like a month away.
It is, under a month away.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Soon.
Soon we'll be down there instead of up here, making it happen.
Awesome. And soon on this show, we'll talk about what we'll be doing at E3 2007.
What will be happening and how we will be making it.
But first, we got to play a whole bunch of games. Ryan Davis, what we got on today's show, sir?
Oh, we have a gaggle of awesome games on the show today, Rich Gallup. Or should I say Rich Haircut?
You like that?
That's looking good. It's sharp. It's nice and tight.
Number 2 and the number 3 Clippers. What?
Yeah.
It's like
both,
a 2.5.
Both kinds. We have both kinds.
It's a good look for you, sir. Today on the show, we have Prince of Persia Classic for the Xbox Live Arcade. It's a remake of the original Prince of Persia using the crazy new looks of the new age Prince of Persia. We've got the SNES Classic Actraiser that came out on the Wii Virtual Console. We're going to take a look at that a little later. Nervous Breakdown. That's not a mispronunciation. It's Brickdown. Like a brick.
Break it down.
Not breakdown, Brickdown. That's for the DS. We're going to take a look at that crazy bat and ball game, as Justin Calvert described it to me. NCAA Football 08 for the Xbox 360. This time it's here for honest, for real,
I
for certain.
I was looking at it earlier.
It's in the house. We've seen it.
Honest.
We're going to play that a little bit later. We've got Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2 for the PlayStation 2.
Naruto. What's that one?
Naruto.
Naruto. The Naruto.
The
Naruto
Naruto
Ultimate
game.
Ninja 2. Perhaps you've heard of Naruto. It's like it's a
cartoon,
manga,
right?
I think, yeah, it's Naruto. We just got 300 emails just from that comment alone.
I'm super excited about the darkness for the Xbox 360. It's from the guys who did Chronicles of Riddick, and it looks crazy and violent and really bizarre. We're going to have that on in a little bit. But first, Rich Gallup.
But first, Ryan Davis, there's hope every once in a while in the world of video games.
Oh,
Jeff.
okay. I thought there's hope in the world. Like,
There's hope in the world of video games.
No hope.
Where a movie will get people excited. The game attached to that movie gets people also excited. And 99 times out of 100, the hopes are dashed.
Yes.
That does not prevent us, however, from getting excited for something like, say, Transformers the game.
Yeah. I guess, dude. If you say so.
I mean, like, part of me wants to say, like, yeah, I've learned my lesson. Like, this game will be okay. It'll be fun to be a giant robot, but it won't be great. But then you see some gameplay footage, and you're like, hey,
That looks like it could be okay. There's never actually been a good Transformers game ever.
maybe. Actually, that one for the PS2 was okay with the giant aircraft carrier you fought.
Don't lie to the kids at home,
I'm going to
Rich.
look up the review score while we watch this interview for Transformers the game, based on the movie. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Daniel Suarez. I'm the executive producer at Actraiser working on Transformers the game. The game begins with Optimus Prime narrating sort of the events of what's occurred, and then when you land on Earth, it's all about finding the Allspark, finding what's the connection to the Allspark. Eventually you find Sam Witwicky. He becomes sort of the person you need to protect as you play Bumblebee. And then on the Autobot side, really following that storyline that's on the film, but kind of following it in a way that we kind of elaborate on things that would have occurred. So there's things we do in the game that you won't see in the movie, but you'll say, okay, well, how did Bumblebee come to Earth? Well, we show that. How does Bumblebee become a Chimera? Well, we show that. On the Decepticon side, we kind of take the story and turn it upside down. You know, in the movie, the good guys will win. I'm not going to make any spoilers there. But what happens if the bad guys would have won? We were able to kind of elaborate on the story and really let the bad guys have their day in the sun. And that was one of the cool things that we think makes this game stand out. It's not just see the movie, play the game. It's see the movie, play the game, and what happens if the movie ended up a little differently. For Transformers the game, we were really fortunate to really tap into a variety of different voice actors. Of course, from the movie side, we got Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox. Peter Cullen voices Optimus Prime, been doing that from the original sort of TV series and is now doing it for the movie and for the game, and he was fantastic to work with. We also got Mark Ryan, Keith David, David Soboleff, all sort of like the key characters are playing robot voices, and brought them into the game from the movie. And then one unique character that we brought in was Frank Welker. Frank Welker voiced the original Megatron, but he's not doing it for the movie. You believe he's doing it for the movie, but it was one of those things that the fan base really thought was important for us to have, be a part of the game. And we basically said, you know what, this is what's going to make it really true for those Gen 1 fans.
Pathetic. Imagine you thinking you could defeat me.
Transformers the game is coming out at the end of June, right before the movie. It's going to be on PS3, 360, Nintendo Wii, PS2, PC. We have 2 Nintendo DS SKUs, Nintendo Autobots, or Transformers Autobots, Transformers Decepticons, and then lastly the Sony PSP.
Thank you, Jim Mayberry, for putting that interview together. If you want to see the whole thing, head over to the Transformers, the game, GameSpace. Not to be confused with Transformers, which was the PlayStation 2 game I was mentioning, 7.8.
7.8.
7.8, that's a good game. That's a decent game.
Somebody's getting fired.
It's a good game,
I mean,
dude.
what? No, yeah.
It's got a giant aircraft carrier. It's like 300 feet tall. You fight it. It's awesome.
I understand how someone could like that
Yeah.
game.
I'm a
just
little
don't
worried.
like
I mean, yeah, it's awesome they got Frank Welker voice of Megatron.
Yeah,
That's
totally.
cool.
That's like better than the movie right there.
Yes.
Because he does not voice him in the movie.
The robots still look a little weird.
Yeah.
More than a little weird.
And I'm pretty sure Megatron doesn't turn into a gun.
Ah!
Also, not to freak you out, Bumblebee does not turn into a bug. So he doesn't turn...
But would you really want him to turn into a new Beetle?
No.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want him to be a major character in that movie either. So why not? Like, yeah.
Hey, you know what does have guns and won't disappoint anybody?
What?
Is the Darkness. This game looks awesome.
Darkness is spreading.
Yes. And
Yes.
it's here, and you're playing it. Tell us about the Darkness, Jeff.
The Darkness is a video game.
Okay.
You know, it's based on a comic book from Top Cow. And in it, it's kind of a mob story with a twist in that I've got these little tentacle dudes that I can kind of call out, and this is effectively the Darkness, and I can kind of have them slurp out and do stuff, and let's have them devour some hearts, because that's what crazy, demonic, all-powerful creatures want to do. They want to eat hearts.
I understand. So this game is developed by Starbreeze,
Yes.
the folks that made the Riddick.
Yes, they made Chronicles of Riddick, which was way rad, and so far from what we've seen of the Darkness, it too is way rad.
Well,
I mean, cop hearts taste better than regular hearts. Also, when I have the Darkness out, I can call out Berserkers. Oh God, getting shot by a helicopter here. No big deal. When I have the Darkness out, actually, it creates a little bullet shield, and because it's called the Darkness, it works better in the dark. So there's a lot of light sources you can shoot out,
Right.
and recharge in the dark. So they're sucking up darkness there to get their full power back.
So, but can those guys still come out and kick it in the light, or do they only work when it is dark?
They work in the light, but being in the light drains their power. You hear kind of a sizzling noise as they're kind of frying in the light, like there was some kind of vampire or something.
Ah. So obviously we can't. This game's only out in a couple weeks, but we can't give too much away story-wise.
Yeah. There's not much to say about the story, though it is based on a comic book, so I'm not sure how well it follows that, or if it. See, I can get my Berserker over there, and he does what he does. Kill cops mostly. Though it's not all cop killing, obviously. You're in the middle of a mob war, and that's actually what makes this game so interesting. Is it actually seems like a really effective mob tale at the same time. There's a lot of really good dialogue that I've seen so far, good kind of mobster stuff. And just like you would want, some kind of dual gun wielding dude to do, when you reload, he just drops the gun. He just like drops guns and pulls out more guns. So every time you find guns, he just picks up more guns. So.
Awesome. Now, I was reading Guy Cocker's hands-on with this.
Yes.
GameSpot UK editor. And he said, and the developers admitted this, which is almost like an automatic sale for me, is that the gunplay is influenced by the movie Equilibrium, and it's gun kata.
Gun kata.
Have you seen much like fake martial arts with guns? That is awesome.
No.
Okay.
But you can eat hearts, and that recharges the darkness. You don't have to always find darkness to recharge. You can devour hearts and do it as well. So it kind of, to me, so far, it seems like it has kind of a stealth mechanic to it, in that you want to kind of hang back in the darkness, and then I can send my little dudes out here to do some dirt, but there's light right here, so they're probably not going to make it where they need to go, because there are some guys over here that I would really like to just kill. Oh, take that. Oh!
Rated M for mature.
Yeah, a lot of, these are mobsters and the dirty cops and stuff, so there is definitely a lot of cursing going on as well.
Okay, heaven forbid there's cursing. Man, they just like eating hearts.
Yeah, and eating hearts actually levels up the darkness, so you get more moves and more powerful darkness abilities as you play the game.
There's a trailer for the game shows like one of the darkness abilities. You have this arm, and the arm gets stronger the more you level it up. So while it starts breaking boxes, you can eventually grab a helicopter out of the sky and bash it down.
And that would be really nice right about here, because this is actually the first helicopter in the game, which, dude, it's no joke.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
Neither is our audience, Jeff Gersman.
Our audience is no joke. They're serious as a heart-devouring
they're
heart
no
attack.
joke, but they certainly are a bunch of jokers.
Oh, that's good. While they can't be chatting, unfortunately, right now, they can still, everyone, send us your questions, Ryan, and Ryan Davis will answer them.
I'll ask him. I want
There
to
you
answer
go.
him. I don't know the damn answer to
Do it
these.
up, sir.
Bob Steve
I don't think
from
I'm gonna be able
Newark,
to have a
Delaware
gun
wants
battle
to
with that
know.
chopper.
You guys done?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go.
Can I talk?
Yeah, he
Bob
died.
Steve from Newark, Delaware asks, what's the balance between gunplay and using your darkness powers like?
So far, I think I've been relying more on the guns than on the darkness powers, but I've been eating a lot of hearts to level up the darkness, so you get the sense that it'll be more useful maybe later on in the game. But I think that actually, part of that is going to be a personal preference on the person playing. You know, if they want to be extra sneaky and stealthy, they can do that. If they just want to run around and shoot dudes, like I'm back in the restaurant here because I died. You see this guy here with his megaphone, and we're just going to blaze him, and that's always fun.
Strictly. More questions, Ryan Davis.
Javier in Bakersfield, California wants to know what kind of regular weapons are we going to see in this game?
So far, I've got the dual pistols, and since he does drop the guns every time, sometimes you get a revolver, sometimes you get a semi-automatic pistol, and that's just kind of determines how frequently he drops the gun. And I'm maybe about half an hour in, and I just got the shotgun, which is the second weapon. So you will see multiple weapons as you go.
I think there's an AK-47 at some point. More questions, Ryan Davis.
Oh, let's see here. Give me a second here.
Sure. Just charge him, dude. Just charge him.
Chris Chris Lee from California wants to know, will there be any offline multiplayer? I'm getting a lot of questions just about multiplayer in general. So
I don't believe so. There might be split-screen multiplayer, but it is basically just, there's no co-op as far as I can tell.
There is some multiplayer stuff, though, like deathmatch, capture the flag, play as one of the little Darkling guys. Dude, that's tough, yeah.
I was trying to do a little melee attack up there, but yeah, gun kata, it's like, when you're not holding dual pistols, your offhand will do a melee attack with that shotgun, but it doesn't necessarily seem like you're going to want to get up close to guys too frequently.
Awesome.
So if you can get up behind him and pull the trigger, he will do like a kind of specialized attack where he'll just wipe them out. One of them was pretty good. He just takes the guns, goes pop, 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 and just shoots all the way up him.
That's pretty good.
That was pretty funny.
So some of the stuff that you've seen, Chronicles of Riddick was known for some really cool story stuff, some cool dialogue. How does Darkness match up to that?
Well, like I said, it's a mob story. At least at this point, I don't know how it changes from here. It's pretty crazy. But you've got a lot of really good quality mobster type guy dialogue.
Mm-hmm. You just love shooting that megaphone guy.
That guy's just standing there and he just takes it every single time.
And there's also the beginning of the game had a really awesome scripted sequence. Finally, the guy on the left gets involved in the hearts. By the way, guy on the right
Darkness dude on the right definitely selfish when it comes to eating hearts.
Yeah. There's that helicopter again.
Pesky.
Yeah. So tell them about the scripted sequence.
Well, the game opens with, you play this guy Jackie, and he just turned 21, which, if you follow the comic at all, you know that's when the darkness can come get you, I guess, is when you turn 21.
Everyone knows that.
And he wakes up in the back of a convertible, and, the two guys up front are trying to get the hell away from whatever's chasing them, rival family, something like that. But you soon find out that your uncle has turned on you. And it kind of goes from there, your own mob family turning its back on you. The other rival gangs not real happy with you either. And of course, there's a love interest that works into all of it, and the story goes on from there.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty impressive so far.
Cool. So the game is The Darkness.
Yes.
We've been looking at the Xbox 360 version.
Yeah, there is also a PlayStation 3 version. I want to say PC also, but I'm not sure.
A couple weeks.
Yeah, end of the month.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you, Jeff. Stay tuned. Right now, we're going to toss it over to Ron. What's the game called again, Jeff?
The Darkness.
No, the one that we're tossing to.
Oh, Naruto.
Yes, Naruto. Naruto. Take it away, fellas.
Wait, you mean Naruto?
We're gonna play some Naruto. We've got Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2. I've got the PS2
Naruto
controller.
Ultimate Ninja 2.
Ultimate Ninja 2.
Hey Ryan, what's Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2?
It's kind of like Ultimate Ninja 1. This is a pretty, straightforward, kind of mashy one-on-one fighting game, and we're gonna hop into a little versus match here. There's also, of course, a whole story mode to concern yourself with here, but we're just gonna do a little bit of one-on-one. The original Ultimate Ninja was definitely one of the more compelling Naruto games that has come out so far, just partially because of the flashy art style of the game, and also just because there's just a lot of ridiculous fighting going on.
Right.
You'll see there's just huge, just the kind of attacks that you can do. We'll do random for him, and then
Love that cartoon fighting.
yeah, it's very over the top in the style of the fighting, which definitely makes it more interesting to watch.
All right.
But still, it's
Why is there a blind cat hanging out next to a record player?
It's not a blind. It's a dog, and he's wearing a ninja headband. I don't
Okay.
know.
All right.
We're gonna fight outside the ramen shop.
Cool. I
and,
like ramen.
Yeah, it's gonna fight this girl. I'll try and do some of my sweet special attacks here.
All right. Oh.
A lot of kind of cinematic cutaways like that. Things of that nature.
A lot of cell shading. A lot of
And
crazy ridiculousness.
There's good cell shading in the game, and kind of one of the things that set the original Ultimate Ninja apart was the way it uses these speed lines and the way it does like this kind of shading look on the darker areas of the characters themselves. You'll see when you get up close that they have kind of this crosshatch thing, like they were actually hand drawn, which is really a nice touch. Oh. You're running a little something here. I got
a little mini game dealie. Oh, you gotta spin faster than that, dude. Oh, you erred.
Yes, I got outspun there. So these little sequences here, these were in the original Ultimate Ninja, but they've kind of changed how they work in this one. Oh, I got smashed again. They now have. It used to be you had to just hit mostly a string of button presses, but now there's these.
That did a lot of damage.
Endurance things here too.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, you're in a spot of trouble there. Oh, there you go.
I'll recover.
Yeah, you will.
Here we go.
Now, which character are you playing as?
I'm playing as Naruto.
Okay. That's cool.
Oh, man, she's killing me. Hey, any questions over there about Naruto?
I'm going to have to actually ask everyone to start sending questions to the email address onthespot@gamespot.com. Send us your questions to onthespot@gamespot.com. They're trying to fix the chat, and, maybe something happened in email form. Maybe. I'm not saying it did, but maybe it did.
Maybe it did. Maybe something broke.
onthespot@gamespot.com. Send us your emails. So, no questions yet, Ryan Davis.
All right.
I'll ask one.
Hey, what's up?
So what's up with Naruto?
It's pretty cool.
That's
I don't know.
cool.
It doesn't feel radically different from the original Ultimate Ninja, and as far as the gameplay goes, and even the environments, there's a lot of recycled stuff in here. So if you like the original Ultimate Ninja, you're probably gonna like this one too.
Naruto.
That's
Naruto.
Naruto. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see
manga.
here it does have
Uzumaki.
it does have a nice sense of style here, as you see in just kind of the menu stuff, and then I get money and you can upgrade characters and so on and so forth. Should I go again?
Nah, that's good, dude.
All right,
Yeah.
so there you go. Naruto Ultimate Ninja 2. I think it's out now.
Yeah, it's out this week. Yeah, right on.
Back to you, Rich.
Thank you, gentlemen. Naruto, Ultimate Ninja 2. We looked at Transformers just a few minutes ago. Another really cool interview on the site right now is for a little game called Haze, a.k.a. Tor Thorson's Halo Killer. Check it out.
Join us and fight the good fight.
So Haze is set in the kind of not too distant future, so about kind of 40 years on from now. And in that future, a lot of military activity in the world is run by privatized armies. So it tells the story of a company called Mantle, who make a lot of technology. They make like household technology, industrial technology, but they also have an army which is used to kind of be involved in peacekeeping around the world. Kind of like they've taken the role of the UN and NATO in the future. And you play the character of Shane Carpenter, who is a sergeant in Mantle's army, and this is really his first kind of taste of the hard end of combat. And he's fighting in a war in South America, where a rebel force have taken control of the country, and Mantle have been sent in to sort it out. The most immediately obvious thing about Haze, when you look at it, is the visual quality. We've completely upped our game in terms of the complexity of the scenes and stuff we're working with. And I think people used to Free Radical's previous games will be interested to see that we've gone for a very photorealistic style in this game. So a big part of Haze is based around Mantle's use of a kind of biomedical combat enhancing supplement called Nectar. And Nectar now in the game is something which is under complete control of the player. So you take the Nectar, it gives you extra abilities, and the Nectar also is an important part of the backstory of Haze. So the whole intrigue about what Mantle is about and how it deals with the soldiers, this develops as you go through the game. We like the idea of weaving the story and the gameplay very closely together. It's not an afterthought. So the story of Haze takes place in a kind of continuous time frame narrative over 3 days. So Shane Carpenter goes into this war. He has initial impressions of it. You hit the ground running, you learn how to fight. But over those 3 days, things change considerably for him. And there's an arc of narrative which takes him to some quite interesting places and will confront the player with a very different, more modern look at war than what's normal in video games, really. Haze has full 4-player co-op throughout the campaign story. And then for more traditional multiplayer stuff, we'll be offering deathmatch. And also, we're very excited about a number of assault-based, kind of mini-objective multiplayer maps. With Haze, what we really want to do is to not just be pushing the bar with gameplay and presentation. We want to make people think. And for Haze, we're trying to examine more the feeling of the soldier in a war. You know, if you're fighting in a war, you need to somehow justify your actions. So in Haze, we cause the player to actually question that to some extent. Haze will be out the end of this year, so 2007.
Haze. And you can watch that again on the Haze Game Space.
That dude
right
broke
after
the
show.
camera.
He totally elbowed us in the face right there.
That was not cool.
4-player co-op.
It's a lot of players for co-op.
That seems cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Aaron Thomas.
What's up, Rich?
Welcome to the show, buddy.
Good to be here.
How you been?
Doing all right.
Little game we tried having last week. We do have it this week now. NCAA Football 08 on the
Yes.
Xbox 360. Now, we all know the EA Sports games. They take the one last year, they tweak the graphics, and then they add something cool. What's the cool thing they're adding this year?
The cool thing this year is Dynasty mode, which isn't new, but they have revamped it to make it more in-depth, but more user-friendly, and just all-around enhance it, improve the presentation.
The kids love their menus.
They love the menus.
Show us, what are we looking at right here?
This is as soon as you bring up your Dynasty mode, this is a page that comes up. It shows you basically everything that's going on in college football. You can see the recent headlines. You can check out top 25 polls, conference standings, who's leading for different awards. You can also check specific stuff about your team. And we found out that since this is college football, and I don't know if you know this, Brian Eckberg likes Auburn.
Yeah, just a little bit.
He's a fan.
Yeah.
So this is his save that we're going to ruin. And
Perfect.
So he got accepted to play in the Cotton Bowl.
Good for him.
We can find out there. But before we go there, this is the new kind of lobby area. This is your school's athletic department maybe. We don't have any trophies yet, but this would be filled with trophies. You could check them all out. These pictures up in the top are ones I took in a game, and you can also save video highlights and have that play on there, so you can kind of relive your biggest moments. And so the new big thing in recruiting in Dynasty mode is recruiting. We have the interface is totally different. It's more in depth. You kind of do it differently.
I remember when I was doing my NCAA dynasties back in the day, basically you just get a map of the United States and said, I'm going to send the head coach to New Hampshire to talk to this guy, and it was all just menu-based, and you're like, try stressing that we have academics.
And you got no one good because there's no one any good at anything in New Hampshire?
Correct. Yeah. There'd be one good guy, and he'd always go to like UMass or something instead of UNH. Anyway, so what's it like this time, Aaron?
So here we have, the first thing you'll notice is there's a much better search. So if you're looking for a quarterback and you want it like somewhere close to your school, you can pick Pipeline. If you want, you want to maybe run the option, you can go with Scrambler. You can go.
You want a 5'8" quarterback? Yes,
totally.
You do.
Let's make him fat.
You're gonna get that dude from Kentucky.
Let's see what comes up.
Ideal 40 time any. We want someone who completed
He's
the 40.
290. We're not too worried about it.
Yes.
So there's not any 5'8", 290 guys.
What do you know?
It's crazy. So we'll just
change it to any.
Yeah.
Already settling. God, your team's doomed.
What's a pipeline state mean, Aaron?
That's the states that are closest to you that I guess you have a lot of influence.
They're part of the pipeline. So let's see who our matching prospects are. Let's see who we want here, and then we'll maybe jump into some gameplay.
So we got 4 dudes. Basically, we'll
Brandon Hunter. Okay.
We got D. White, Florida.
Donovan White, Ben Moore, and Travis Carpenter.
Dude, Florida. Well,
so
we picked our pipeline.
The star rating means how good they are?
Yeah, how good they think they are.
Let's get Brandon Hunter. He's got a face shield. That means he's rude.
Yeah. Sorry. So
anytime I make a guy in a football game, he always has to have a face shield.
Oh, but he's committed to Tennessee.
Oh!
Why'd they even show him?
It's just breaking our hearts.
Gosh darn Vols.
Oh, they got a little status indicator.
So once we picked him, we could recruit him. Basically, get like 10 hours. And that ticks down. You can call him. You can promise him playing time. Well, that's the other new thing is promises, which we can only do in the off season, which we're not at now. But you could say, I promise you're going to be a starter. I promise we're going to make a bowl game or win the national championship. And if you can fulfill that promise, your coach's integrity goes up. You can make better promises. Mm-hmm. If you
renege on the promise
it's
and head for a different college or the pros, and then leave all your recruits in the dust, and they all hate you for the rest of their careers.
Who would do that?
I don't know.
I can't imagine how it happened. But if you did, your integrity would go down.
Let's play some football. Meanwhile, while you're getting that game fired up, Ryan Davis, I hear that chat works and ask a question works, and if people want to do that, they should reload their window.
Yeah,
what do you got over there?
Reload your on the spot window because the chat's up and running again. The question form is banging.
Hooray!
With questions like this from Mike D in Auburn. I don't know if it's that Mike D, but he wants to know.
Is his name Michael Diamond?
No, it's actually it's Mike Dupree. So no, it's not that Mike D. Will you be able to have 2 human players on the same team?
I have not tried that yet. I believe actually someone asked it. I think Brian said he thought you could.
In a dynasty, you can. Yeah.
But not in a dynasty. I think this is just like a general exhibition mode question that we had answered. I had asked him about earlier. So.
Can I throw you another one?
Please.
Jonathan Kolaluka from Taunton, Mass. Wants to know, does the game have formation shift and defensive playmaker this year?
I want to say it does have formation shift. I haven't got to play. Brian hogs this game. So I haven't got to play a whole lot. You can see right now the Weather Channel up there. It's sunny and 55.
That actually says the Weather Channel.
And yes.
Interesting.
And so you can actually, if it's connected to the internet, you can play in the actual weather.
That's happening right at the moment while you're playing it? So if you play a game at 3 in the morning, it'll be completely pitch black and no one will be at the game?
I think the fans will still show up.
Okay.
It's college football.
I understand.
They can't be stopped.
More questions, Ryan Davis?
I got a question here from Jose Roberto in Irvine. Wants to know, is Deshaun Jackson's speed rating 100? If not, why?
Jose Roberto knows that Cal sucks, and who cares?
His other question is, do the fans in Memorial Stadium in Berkeley wear blue this time instead of yellow?
I've got to be honest, not too many Cal fans left here around GameSpot who would look into stuff like that. So Jose Roberto's going to have to wait till it's on the shelves. Yeah. Bob. More questions, please.
Are there Zergs in this game?
Bill,
No.
Can you Zerg rush? Bill Lebin in California wants to know about the online modes.
Man, that was a bad kick. Sorry, I'm all distressed here.
Lee Corso's still in the game, if that answers the question.
We're going to ask him what's up.
Online, Aaron?
I can't even remember the question. Yeah,
you can play football over the internet.
Yes, I have not heard about any major changes to that. I think most of the big changes were focused on the Dynasty mode here.
Have they put in new animations? It seems like every year the football games are good for some crazy new number of animations for tackling and running. And
yeah, it looks like there's some more, like some group tackles, some gang tackling type stuff. One thing we can check out here, you can save your highlights now. You can actually upload them, put them online. You can save pictures, and you can also choose what you want to put in your little shrine there. We can also, if I'm not feeling like playing defense, they have this new Super Sim mode, which lets me skip the next play. I can stop it at any time and watch the play, or I can hit skip ahead and just wait till change of possession, and we can watch it play out.
Hold that line.
Good for me.
You say they're gang tackles. Are they run stuffing gang tackles?
Yes.
Sweet. I'm on board.
The best kind.
I want to see a little bit of Aaron get on offense here while you get some more questions. Ryan Davis, try to avoid Cal, please.
No problem. Glenn Sonoda from Gila, Hawaii wants to know if the game still emphasizes game momentum as it did last year.
The thing this year that I've seen is as you make big plays with the player, they're oh, look at that.
Go! House!
I think I'm going to score.
I think you are too.
At the 10.
Score!
This is a blitz. You don't need to flip them off for the last 10 yards to get coins.
I got all excited.
Last question, Ryan Davis. Please.
Oh, what's the last question going to be? Craig Rowe in the UK wants to know about the achievements.
I haven't looked. Do you want to look?
I like this
Chris, you wanna
replay.
All right.
Yeah. If you want to fire up the achievements real quick, sure, go right ahead.
We'll check them out.
We'll get the replay going on in the background.
So yeah, there's also new. It's called auto motion that will let you on some of those wide receiver reverses that always tend to get stuffed. This will kind of speed that whole process up.
Sponsored.
Yeah, so no interceptions, no sacks, 50-yard punt. Looks like Brian's a good punter. 4 touchdowns. That looks like pretty standard stuff
50
there.
achievements. That's so you'll a lot of tick and tack.
That's the most you can have.
And they got trick plays this year. So
Jared Zabransky would be proud. Cover
yes.
athlete.
So yeah, if you want to get your Statue of Liberty on, you can do it.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Aaron Thomas. I'm sure since we have a sports editor like Brian Eckberg who loves his college football, we will know more. We'll have more about NCAA Football 08 on the site. Yes.
Comes out July 17th.
July 17th.
So we got a while.
Next month, yeah. That's soon. I'll get with that soon. Meanwhile, let's kick on over to Ryan Davis and Alex Navarro, who look like they're about to start fighting. What's going on, fellas?
Nothing much. We're about to play some nervous breakdown. We're about to have one over here.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Alex?
Not too much. How you doing?
I'm pretty good. You've got a crazy. It's a breakout type game, but it's nervous.
Yeah, you know Breakout, you know Arkanoid, that whole thing.
Yeah.
This is Nervous Breakdown. It's the same idea.
Yeah.
I started playing this earlier today. Thought, okay, great, another friggin' Breakout clone. Not really that impressive.
But obviously, touchscreen.
Touchscreen, yeah. There have been games like that on the DS before, so whatever, you know. But this game is crazy.
Okay.
For a variety of reasons. There are a lot of different ways to play this. So let's start with here's a kooky one. Paper. Let's see what paper's all about.
Okay.
I'm not gonna explain it. It's just gonna happen. So I have to draw my thing.
You actually draw the line there.
Yeah.
And so does the shape of the line affect
sort
how
of.
it...
Yeah, I'm actually having to play on the screen here because I can't see that. But yeah, I'm killing ink blots.
D+.
Does your grade go up?
I don't really. I haven't.
What was that power up?
I don't know. It's just like I get these little ink boosts after a while when I kill stuff.
So this is just one mode in the game.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. In fact, here, let me go to a boss fight.
All right, great. That's what we like our boss fights in our weird breakout games.
Yes.
Rich.
Yes.
Let me know when you got any questions.
Let me go to the paper boss fight, in fact, because that's just
anytime
this
you're
one's
ready.
really crazy.
Friend of the show, Matthew Pasquale in London wants to know how nervous is Nervous Breakdown?
Extremely. Check it out. This guy is evil.
He's extra nervous.
I'm very nervous about how evil this guy is.
You screwed up.
Yeah. So
People trusted you and they died.
There's a lot of really
screwed up.
Kooky crap like this. So yeah, you fight this dude and you just keep hitting him with the ball and then stuff happens. So let's go to another one.
All right, yeah, let's keep going.
John Harris in Toronto wants to know what kind of multiplayer is in this game.
It's the multiplayer where one person is playing and the other person is playing at the same time and you're cooperating.
I understand that kind.
So it's cooperative multiplayer?
How's the water?
That's one way of putting it, sure. We're gonna find out. This is what water's about. there's these dudes,
And
and you have to rescue them.
you got a submarine.
I have a submarine,
And
and you have to rescue them because eventually they fall
And
when they hit the thing.
And the ball acts differently when it's in the water.
Yes, it does. It's slower. But okay, so people are falling. Oh God. This person's going to fall. I have to catch them. Oh, he died.
This is bananas.
Yeah.
This is fairly bizarre.
This is what happens when I catch someone. They get rescued. They
pulling the
float
plug
up in a
before you can do
bubble
any
up
more
to the
damage.
helicopter.
Emil in Copenhagen
who wants to rave? I
wants to
wanna
know if there's any story in this game tying it all together.
Does it need to be crazier, really? I mean, is this not crazy enough?
So is that a no?
That's a no.
Okay.
There, as far as I can tell, there's no overarching plot line to this. But so yeah, this one is all like.
There's a laser. You're shooting a laser.
Yeah, and
You're
then
bouncing a laser.
And then oh God.
I'm noticing there's a little bit of vertical play on your paddle.
Yeah, you can kind of move up some.
Like how much play can you give us a little?
This one not as much.
Oh, this one you're actually on a line?
Yeah, I'm on a line, but
Okay.
there are some where you can literally move it up the entire way.
Okay.
Like all the way up the bottom
So
screen.
it kind of depends on the mode that you're in.
Yeah, this one's all trippy and ravey. I'll go
So
to
these
another
are all
one.
just kind of their own modes. They're all separate. There's no like overarching progress that you need to make.
I mean, there are several stages to each
Okay.
one, and then there's like a boss at the end that you got to fight, and then you can just move on to the next one. There's a whole bunch of them. It just
All
keeps
right,
going.
show us one more crazy
Let's
thing.
let's do Switch, which is just about the most adorable thing ever.
Great. And Rich, you want to come up with one more question?
There's also one with ghosts where you have to blow on the microphone to kill ghosts. That's I don't know.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
All right, so this one you got these different colors, and then whenever the paddle turn, like basically when the ball turns a color, you have to change the color of the paddle.
So it's like Ikaruga for Breakout.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, if you don't have the right color, you die.
It passes right through.
Yeah.
All right, my last question, Ryan and Alex, comes from AJ in Rotterdam. How many different modes are there in this game? This?
I've seen at least 5 different ones. It seems like there's probably around like 8 in different versions of this.
Cool.
Excellent.
That's what I got.
So the game is.
It's-
there you go. You lost your ball.
I lost. I'm dead.
Nervous Breakdown.
Yes.
It's for the DS. That's
Yes.
coming out
Soon.
Soon.
Soonish.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us the show, Alex. Up next, hey, we said this earlier, but E3's coming up, right, Rich?
Oh my gosh, yes it is. As we all know, if there's one thing we love doing here at GameSpot, it is destroying E3 for you guys. Jeff, we'll talk about our E3 plans in a second, but you want to prep this video for us? I understand you brought a clip.
Yeah, I brought this clip in this clip. I'm trying to get mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Homer Barr put this together. This is Jeff trying to get his, a.k.a. a look at E3 past, present, and future. Check it out.
So E3 was born out of the Consumer Electronics Show, and back before there was an E3, everyone went out to Vegas and to Chicago, and these were where the games were.
There was a whole bunch of people at the Consumer Electronics Show for things other than video games. So the video game folks like us, media folks and retailers and even publishers and developers, they were kind of shoehorned into the whole CES thing.
The industry was a lot younger back then, and it was a lot more fun in a lot of ways.
The neatest thing about those old days going to those shows is the same reason why E3 is so much fun today. You get to go and you get to see the new games before anybody else does. I mean, that's why we went.
And back then, it really was more about just fun and, hey, we're putting out these games, and hey, we hope they sell, but whatever, we're here, let's play some games, let's do whatever.
I mean, we were just kids going, and we were basically putting it on our own, we're basically paying for the trip out of our own pocket.
I'm gonna get Muhammad Ali's autograph.
We got to see stuff like crazy, like Jaguar VR. Sega VR. And all kinds of weird stuff,
Higher quality
It was really neat, especially in those last days of the 16-bit era when Sega would, come to CES pretty big and, have their big section of games and all the stuff devoted to Sega CD and everything. Those were the cool old days.
But the game business got too big for CES, it got too big for all the vacuum cleaners and paper shredders and all that crap.
They didn't necessarily need to share the space at CES, and so they created their own show, which was the birth of E3.
And they moved it to LA, and then it was in Atlanta for a while, and here it was all games. So they rolled first class with this stuff and really made games just the spotlight that they deserve to be.
You look at some of the early footage though, and just like any convention, they just had the booths and they had people going through Maserati's in the lobby. So there was some stuff that early on that they did that was a little hokey, a little campy. They still do that today.
The first few E3s were pretty modest shows. You know, you didn't have the big extravagant stage shows and all this wild business.
Give us a demonstration there, son.
But that kind of just picked up over the years, and eventually the show got completely crazy. Just, you know, working for GameSpot, running around that show is just the sensory overload. You're trying to get from point A to point B to see games X, Y, and Z, and you have 15 minutes to do so, and you have to cross through this circus to get there. Yeah, it definitely got to be a spectacle.
Way back in the day, a lot of this stuff used to seem more focused on the actual gameplay. I remember there used to be a lot more tournaments and competitions. I actually got to face off against Greg Cassavin in a Tekken tournament long before I ever knew him from GameSpot. So yeah, it was a really cool thing for gamers. And of course, there wasn't a lot of people clued into it. It really was media and retail. So there wasn't the 65,000 people walking around the show floor that didn't have any business being there. Once GameSpot started rolling hard on E3, you know, we realized very quickly that it was the biggest event in the gaming industry. So we wanted to basically try to show as much of it off as possible, which is one of the reasons why we first adopted the live show. The live show stuff, you know, we started evolving that over the years.
Dave, go ahead and continue with our E3 live webcast, please. Thank you.
And over the years, we just got better at it, and it's, I think it's one of the staples of GameSpot content in terms of what we offer. And I think a lot of people basically that know about E3 and want to really see those games the first chance they get, they know that GameSpot.com is the place to come to see all that stuff.
The show officially begins in 15 minutes. Well, at least it's the first day of the show.
Joining me right now is Bill Trennan. How you doing, Bill? Good, how are you? Doing pretty good. And we have the one and only Mr. Anuma. How you doing?
Now here we are, E3 2007. The industry is kind of trying to take a step back and make it a little less crazy. You know, it's very serious business now. The games industry is definitely growing up in a lot of ways and maturing, and it's not about the big circus and the big light show and the huge flashy music and all that business. In a lot of ways, E3 isn't crazy anymore, but GameSpot is still crazy.
Hey, what's up? Thanks, guys. I'm over here at the South Hall, and it is bumping right now.
Matt Webster is here now, executive producer of which game?
Burnout Revenge.
Burnout Revenge!
Yeah.
GameSpot is still crazy.
I think one of the biggest things you guys have here, which is the smallest thing, of course, is this new Game Boy. You want to talk about that for a second?
Sure. We've got the Game Boy Micro. We announced this on Tuesday. The response has been truly off the hook.
We only know one way to cover E3, and that's just to go completely bananas.
We're still going to have the crazy live stage show. We're still going to have all the biggest games at E3 come through, and people are going to still get to write in and ask questions about those games.
I've got Reggie Phil's name?
Pisame.
Pisame. I still messed it up.
That's right. Call me Reginator.
We're still going to be running all over the place looking for all these games, only now instead of one convention center, it's going to be all over Santa Monica. I don't care what E3 does. They can tone it down all they want, but I only know one way to cover this show, and that's to write about everything I possibly can.
But I know the games are going to be there, and that's really all that matters is that those games are going to be there. We're going to be there, and we're going to bring you the coverage just as in-depth and as immediate as we have in the past.
GameSpot is still crazy.
Yes, GameSpot is still crazy. Jeff Gerstmann, what can you tell everyone about E3?
Well, in addition to what the video said, I think the important thing to drive home is that it doesn't really matter what E3 is. As long as there are games there and as long as we are there with cameras and our big live broadcast, we are still going to be bringing you what is essentially going to be similar to what we've presented in years past, though actually I think it's going to be a little bit better because we'll have more control over our own space because we're not on some weird convention show floor. We got a restaurant. We rented out a restaurant, and we're going to set up computers in this restaurant and write about games in this. Mario Lopez rented out this building once, so you know it's got class. And we're going to be there with our stage show, all kinds of crazy business. We'll be running all over Southern California, doing what we do. And the game publishers will be there bringing the big games. So we'll be doing what we'll do, and the big games will be there. You put that together, you have GameSpot's E3 presentation. Not going to be that different, but
so as far as everyone out there is concerned, the only difference to E3 for them is that we
Is
won't
that it's in
have
July.
loud noises behind us in the background. while we're
Exactly.
doing stuff, and it's in July.
Yeah, the difference is that you'll see some more outside shots because we'll be on the Santa Monica Pier. So maybe we'll get is this like a Ferris wheel or merry-go-round down there? Maybe we'll just conduct interviews from a hot dog stand.
Hot dog on a stick, dude.
The very first one is right there.
That makes it the best E3 ever.
Exactly.
The fact that there's food there.
Free-flowing corn dogs.
I can't wait. E3.
Yeah.
Are there any games you can think of off the top of your head that you have to see?
Burnout Paradise. Totally. Yeah. That's got to be one of my big ones. But also stuff like Uncharted, Ratchet and Clank. I want to see. I want to see if they're going to say anything about the single player for Halo 3. I imagine they will. Killzone's probably going to resurface there. And for me, E3's always been about the surprises. It's like I can sit here and rattle off games that I'd like to know more about, but for me, it's always the games that we don't know anything at all about. I don't even know, don't even know the title of some of this stuff. They're going to announce games at the show. That to me is always the big stuff.
Gears of War 2, Dom's Revenge.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Gears of War 2.
And seeing the Game Boy Micro right there shows you that.
Remember that? Remember they put that thing out?
Although the Wii and the 360 and PlayStation 3 are all out there, they can still sneak a hardware announcement up on you.
Yeah, I mean, there have been all these rumors, pretty much unfounded, about a new PSP or something. Maybe we'd see something on that at E3 if they are going to pull the trigger on some kind of redesigned hardware.
DS Liter.
Yeah, DS Liter.
Yeah.
It's a lighter, actually.
Let's play some games.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Actraiser for the Wii Virtual Console. Stay tuned for more GameSpot's coverage of E3 2007. There's a page there. You can watch that video. It'll just
and we'll
get
have more
bigger.
on Friday.
We will.
Yeah.
We'll announce stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come back on Friday. That's tomorrow. Actraiser.
It is tomorrow.
We're on Thursday.
Dude. All right, so Actraiser.
One of GameSpot's greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
Now on the Wii Virtual Console.
Totally. This game is a Super Nintendo game, and it is part action game, part kind of side scroller. And then what we're doing here is actually more like a kind of simulation thing, where I'm this little angel above this town, and as a god, I am directing the humans appropriately to do my godlike bidding. So now I'm going to direct these dudes to go close this monster lair because it's really bringing me down.
I understand.
What you got against monsters, Jeff?
I don't like monsters. In the heart of my players club right here in Fillmore.
Did you call it Fillmore?
No, it's called Fillmore.
Okay. Sure. So there's this building part of the game.
Yeah, and as soon as we close this monster lair, I think we'll be able to go down and do some more side-scrolling action fighting. We just have to wait for them to build over to this lair and do it. Now, see, this actually starts out as just this town hall here, and you direct them how to build while protecting them from the monsters. And you see they're sealing this monster lair, so we won't have to worry about that jackass
pagan
anymore.
ritual.
Yeah, that's for me. They did that for me.
Sir God.
And now the people want to talk to me, so they go to this little thing here. They sealed the last lair. Something strange has been having, same nightmares.
Yeah, a Minotaurus.
It says you will curse people with death.
Seems kind of harsh.
That is way harsh.
I've got a question here from Neil Peart in Toronto.
I don't think it's the real Neil Peart, but go ahead.
You don't think so?
No, you mean the guy from Rush?
Yeah, probably not. I'm sorry. Okay, Ryan McBride. I got your number.
Yeah.
He is from Toronto. He's got a question that I actually have myself, but have been afraid to ask. What makes Actraiser so great?
Well, I think it's a winning combination of multiple styles of gameplay. The simulation stuff is pretty interesting, and also actually what makes it great is this awesome spinning Mode 7 action right here. It also has terrific music. Yuzo Koshiro, the dude that did the Streets of Rage music, also did this, and it's a really good soundtrack. And here we have the side-scrolling.
So what makes it so great is the fact that it has the building and the side-scrolling?
Yeah, it's got like the kind of almost SimCity-esque city building. But then, when your people can't protect themselves, you have to take on this earthly form and get down here and jack fools.
I guess the thing is, like, watching this part, the side-scrolling always kind of looks a little bammer.
It's a, maybe it looks a little bammer, but it actually is quality.
Stop saying bammer.
You're bammer.
No. Not saying bammer is the most bammer thing I could do.
Next question, please, Ryan Davis, bammer.
Let's see here. Mike Tyndall in Ringwood, England wants to know how long it's going to take him to go through Actraiser.
I don't remember the exact hour count for it. You go through, I think, 5 different cities, and I'm gonna take a guess here and say maybe 5 or 6 hours, maybe 8 or so. Again, that's a total guess. I haven't played through it on the Wii. I haven't played through Actraiser in some time.
So has this changed at all from the SNES version? This is indeed the SNES version?
This is the SNES version. That's the only version they made.
Okay.
And yes, it's the same. You use a classic controller to play it, which is basically built to be like a SNES controller. So, yeah, it's the same.
You just got an apple.
I got an apple, which restores a little health here. These dudes are mean.
Oh God, look out for that guy. Ryan Davis, you have one last Actraiser question?
Nah.
Yeah?
I'm good.
All right, cool. That's Actraiser. It's on the Wii Virtual Console right now.
It is. It's available now. 800 points.
Thanks, Jeff.
$8.
Let's move on over to the standing set where Aaron Thomas and Ryan Davis are standing by with our last demo of the show. Gentlemen.
That's right, Aaron's here, and we're going to play some Prince of Persia Classic.
Yes.
This is Prince of Persia. This is before there were Sands or Time, there was just Prince of Persia.
Yes, and there's no truth to rumor that they're going to change the name to Aaron Dies a Lot on the show today.
Although that is true.
Yeah, that's maybe a subtitle.
So this is a graphical upgrade to the original Prince of Persia, correct?
Yeah, the original came out in 1989 for the Apple II and a lot of other stuff. And
you're gonna die.
No way, I'm not gonna die. I'm gonna stab him. All right, maybe I'm gonna die.
Sword fighting is a little tough. This whole game is damn tough.
Yeah, it's real tough to.
Yeah, you're dead.
Oh!
You got gutted.
I was just doing that to show the cool killing me animations.
Stuck, fool. So, gameplay-wise, is this structured exactly like the original?
It seems to be really, really darn close. The boss battle at the end was a little different, but it seems like
So you did get to the end?
Yes,
How long did that take you?
I did not make it in the 60 minutes. You have a 60-minute time limit to rescue the princess, and
so you let the princess die?
No, actually, you still get to save her, which is kind of weird.
Spoilers, dude.
Well, I'm just saying when you beat it.
I don't think you have spoilers on a game that's like 15 years old or 20 years old.
Fair enough.
I'll try though.
I think there's a moratorium.
Oh,
on
I got him
spoilers.
back.
Oh, he's stuck.
See, I got him back. Well, I'm gonna show another new way to die here.
So for the folks at home, 80 people, there you go. I found it. That wasn't
This game is really all
idea.
about dying.
Yes.
You die a lot in this game. And this is not at all like, gameplay-wise, like the modern-day Prince of Persia.
No, but it actually does have a lot of similarities. You can kind of see where it came from, where where they got a lot of the acrobatic stuff, a lot of the run, jump, hang on ledge, and yeah, actually you can see a lot of how that's my ghost there. You can see you can go back and try to beat the other levels faster than you did. So
look at you, you're booking.
So yeah, you can actually see how they influence the other games, and you got moves. You got a cool little backflip there. You creep around. You can hang from the ledges. He's got a lot of moves for kind of an old school game back there, and it's tough. You die a lot.
Rich!
Yo!
What's happening?
You want some questions?
Yeah, actually I do.
Our first question comes from Tapio in Finland. Do you think the combat system is a bit too hard?
I think it's pretty good. There's times where it's a little hard, but then other times it just kind of feels just right. It's not too.
Oh,
that part was.
So
bad.
he can't fall real far. He's got.
No, that was about his limit right there. I'm all sorts of trapped now.
I'm going to keep the questions coming from Finland.
Yeah.
This comes from Marcus in Helsinki. Is it still impossible to jump over that first spike pit?
I probably fell in it if it was a spike pit. I did all right. I was cruising for a while. I was like, oh, this game's not so hard. And then you kind of get later in the game, and the game's like, no, it is hard.
Well, it uses multiple buttons now, which is nice. It's not all up to jump, down to roll, all the stuff. You can hit. There's dedicated buttons for that stuff.
I can hit X to creep there. I can make the run. I can that's.
You're already out of time
right there. No.
Oh.
That's.
Nope, I think that might be what they're talking about.
And they also added some. I'll show them here. They added some cool cutscenes here. I just passed them. So you can kind of see how they kind of fleshed out the story a little bit. That dude's evil. He's like, you're gonna marry me, and I'm gonna make an hourglass, and you got 60 minutes to decide, or I'm gonna kill you. So either way, she loses. She either gets married or she dies. There are no winners there, or you save her.
That's a big hourglass.
That's a raw deal for her.
Yeah.
For the princess? I don't know.
The princess, I believe, is actually her name. Just
marriage for her, die within the hour.
Bummer.
So,
Let's kind of spring that question quick. Rich, you want to give me one more question?
Yeah, how much?
800, I believe.
800
it's
points.
$10.
$10.
So it's got online leaderboards, achievements, and.
Is it worth it?
It's cool. I think so. I think it's a great game. They've made it a little more forgiving, so it's not. You're gonna die a lot, but it's not like you're never gonna beat it. And I had a great time with it.
So you feel like the controls have been maybe made a little bit more forgiving, but the general layout, this is still original classic Prince of Persia.
Yeah. I think it should satisfy fans of the old one and people that kind of like the new games.
Excellent. And the game's out on Xbox Live Arcade right now.
Yes.
And we're gonna have a review of it up later today.
Yes.
Excellent. Rich, back to you. Let's wrap it up.
Harkens back to a time when games were games and you couldn't beat them ever.
Yeah.
Actually, Ryan, I'm going to toss it back to you. Aaron Thomas, can you tell us a little bit about this feature you got coming up soon?
All this tossing back and forth.
I'll let you do the next toss.
All right, cool.
All right.
So yeah, the kids, I don't know if you knew this, Jeff does. The kids like the points. And we did a feature last year on easy achievement points. Best way to boost your gamer score. I followed that up with an Xbox Live Arcade one, and a lot of games have come out, so it's kind of time to update that. So we've got a feature coming up shortly, and we should kind of shot a video to show what points are all about.
Yeah, Vinny Caravella put this together with Aaron, and you guys did a great job. You have to wait for the text feature that actually tells you how to do it, but if you want to, get with the sensation of what it's like to earn so many points,
and what points can do for you,
and what points can do for you, you should watch this video right now.
I only date guys with big gamer scores. Leave me alone, loser!
I'll take it. I'm afraid you don't have the gamer score for a fine automobile like this, but thanks for wasting my time. Loser.
This is not good.
My gamer score?
Yeah. And we're gonna have to lose the leg. Loser.
I want laser vision.
I summon the power of rock. How about some real Hulk hands? I'm GameSpot's Jeff Gerstmann.
And with our patented, revolutionary, breakthrough, amazing achievement point technology acquisition system, you can increase your gamer score by 9,000 points in under 48 hours of play. Do you want to turn your life around? I thought so. It's so easy. Just place your order. Within a few short days, you'll receive our high-tech system in the mail. Soon you'll be earning points like these.
Perfect beaver damage, 20 points. A full 200 points in Dig Dug. Zack Master, 50 points. A full 200 points in New Rally X. And much, much more to enhance your gamer score over 9,000 points.
So don't be a loser anymore. Complete my course and show them you're a real winner. Real winner. Real winner. Real winner.
I'm a real winner! Thanks to GameSpot.com's Achievement Points Acquisition System, I got the car, the girl, and...
Great news, Aaron. Because of those extra achievements, we were able to save the leg.
Wow, that makes no sense at all.
It's a miracle.
Thanks, GameSpot!
No, thank you, Aaron and Jeff and Vinny and Jody and Brian. You guys threw that together. What was that show that Aaron was watching there before he changed channels? What was that?
It looked like some kind of anime.
Looks like some kind of trash.
Some kind of, yeah. I thought anime was for jerks. He said.
It was pretty good.
Animated series. Aaron, yeah. So when can people expect more on this feature? Soon?
It is going to be soon. Yeah, check back 9,000 points in 48 hours of gameplay.
Awesome.
So that's a lot of points.
Aaron is a real winner.
Get those rental accounts ready, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
And stay tuned to On the Spot in case you want to know a little bit more about that that animated series we just saw. We'll have more news about that very soon. Maybe next week. Maybe we'll see.
What?
Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out together, Jeff.
All right.
It'll be a journey, much like this show has been a journey.
I'm exhausted.
Have you had a good show?
Yeah.
You want to play some Darkness?
Yeah, I'd like to play some more Dark. You know what? No, I don't. I'm going to wait until the Darkness is finished, and then I'm going to play it.
Wow, you're a trooper, man. Ryan Davis, good show, sir.
Oh, it was a blast. Love seeing the Darkness. This points feature looks amazing.
Thank you, Aaron, as well.
You're welcome, Rich Gallup.
Awesome. And Alex Naruto was here as well.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alex. My name is Rich Gallup. We'd like to thank you all for watching. For the cast crew, everyone here at GameSpot, we'll catch you next time right here on the spot. Naruto! Short.